is going on?
What's going on, guys?
What's good, y'all? I'm Mass.
And I'm Migs.
And this is What's Web. We are Woof Logik.
Our podcast.
And it's hot as balls. I ain't gonna lie. I decided to wear a crew neck today. I don't know if you realized it was like mad misty earlier.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't really stepped out much today. I was just inside cleaning, so I haven't really. And in my house, it's a little fresh, so I can't tell.
Yeah, I woke up at 6 a.m. and yeah, it was like super gray, overcast, misty. Like, you go out, step outside, even the ceiling had like droplets.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully we start getting some colder weather. Let me check the weather, man, because it's been hot as hell pretty much all damn year. It's going to be 81 tomorrow, so a little bit hotter than today. Actually, this is Wolf's Web weather forecast. And then Wednesday through Sunday, we're going to be experiencing 73 degrees up to 78.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit better weather. But I honestly do enjoy the nighttime. You know how it transitions out into the cold now. That's hopefully it's a good sign that we get more colder weather. I'm actually gonna be in Vegas this weekend. When We Were Young festival. I don't know what business I got being there, cause like I'm like entry level emo music type fan. I'm not like the whole in depth. Like I probably know like 30% of the bands on this lineup. But I guess I got a ticket and I'm going for the vibes.
That's the best you can do is just ride through the vibe.
Yeah. So I don't remember everyone that's going, but apparently there's like some set time conflicts, which is obviously, you know, with these 1-day festivals, that's always bound to happen.
Always the case. You think that's gonna happen with that Forest concert?
Actually, I don't know. I don't know what the stage situation is. I wonder if it's gonna be hip hop and then Latin music, because the hip hop artists, there's some big names on there.
Big names.
But they're on like it's obviously like a mixed bag of genres on that. So I feel like some of them deserve to be on like the main stage. So I'm just curious to see if maybe they're gonna be like the crowd control artists and like be on the other stage at the same time.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Hopefully it's not too bad, because if I were to go over there, I'll be pissed if Sexy Red is playing the same time as Los Angeles Azules.
that would hurt my soul.
Cause you like, although I'm not like super into Sexy Red's music, I know like that vibe is just gonna be like it's gonna be lit as fuck. Yeah, it's just gonna be lit for sure. Sexy Red and the Dino, that's interesting. I feel like she'd be from like the Dino, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you think about it, like New York,
she's definitely San Bernardino vibes. Like,
yeah,
like her music. If house parties were going on, while her music was blowing up, like that would be the go-to music.
Sure.
Like I'll for sure have a hella Sexy Red on my playlist playing those backyard parties. Because when I was DJing, I feel like Too Short was for sure one of the staples to play at a house party. Maybe even a little bit of Chris Brown, but there was no like true like ghetto type style music, and that shit's lit, bro. Like if you hear Sexy Red songs, you know that shit. Like, one, the beats are fire. Two, the lyrics got you feeling some type of way for the girls.
Yeah.
But there's really no artist that just didn't give a fuck like that.
Nah, yeah. And her lyrics specifically, like they just like she literally doesn't care. She could be saying the most deep shit ever, and she's like, I don't care. That's what I do. Is what I'm into.
And it's straight like party music
for sure.
Like there's no other type of event that calls for that style of music. And I feel like it's been just a long time since we've really had an artist like that. So that's why I love to see, you know, that she's thriving right now. She's, you know, pretty much in everyone's music library. Well, not everyone. Imagine you see your grandpa pulling up, bumping that shit.
It's Sexy Red?
Yeah, bro. It's funny when I would like get my grandma rides to places. Like I would have to like sometimes I let the music play.
Yeah.
And it'll be like a song that she knows the bad words, so it'll be like cursing and shit. And I feel like an awkward like stare at me or something. Like
yeah, it's always a weird vibe. Like I remember when I was listening heavy into like rock and stuff, and it's like heavy shit. And I'm like blasting it. My mom's been here just driving us around. I was just like feel weird. But I didn't care enough to like pay her mind. I was like, I'll just listen to music.
Yeah. Or it took a while for me to get comfortable bumping like EDM around my mom, because I already knew like she would always be like, changes giving me a headache. but I think now she's gotten a little bit more of appreciation to it, or she's, she doesn't mind listening to it nowadays.
I mean, she better.
Huh. I feel like EDM radio or EDM on the radio it's a bit more listenable to like your general audience now, especially with like Fisher blowing up, Chris Lake, because before we didn't have any. Well, you would have like David Guetta and stuff, but it still wasn't really like appealing to your mom or your grandma.
Yeah.
Like it didn't resonate with them. But I actually listened. I saw a clip from A-Track. He was on a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
He said that when you perform for a younger crowd in like Europe or overseas, it's a lot more. How do you say it? It's a bit. It's like more not appreciative, but he said that we're similar to like where it's pretty much the fans or the younger audience really likes that music, so it's a bit more. It's just a better feeling compared to where if you perform for younger audiences in the States, they've only been like partying and listening to EDM for like a year, 2 years. But over there, that was like their go-to and when they're teenagers.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, man, well, at least I really grew up in the wrong fucking country because I would be the black sheep at house parties playing EDM, dubstep even.
Yeah, and they'd be like, man, play some hip hop, man. This shit whack.
Yeah, but it would always be cool. I think we brought this up before where you just see like a cholo or like a gang member like vibing out to it. Yeah, play that shuffle shit, dog.
Yeah, that shit fire. I remember I'm like there's this it's like rave some it's on some Instagram account, and like their reels are just like old footage of like old like SoCal events. Like they went to get. I didn't know Together as One was an old one. I thought I didn't. And so like they used to perform out here in LA in some kind of like arena, and like the people going in like, damn, those are my people. So we were in the wrong era.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I was when I heard A-Track on that podcast, he pretty much he said the same shit, man. Like a lot of the artists were pretty much the younger audiences. They gravitated to that much more easier than anywhere else, and I definitely felt that because I felt jealous of those people because when I was in high school, I felt like not ashamed of bumping EDM, but I knew it wasn't people's cup of tea around me.
No, there was a cool moment where it had its scene obviously with the Jersey Shore and the party areas in Fontana. But then after that, it was straight hip hop, and people like they look at your film like, man, you still playing that shit? That shit's
Yeah,
whack.
exactly.
I'm
Literally.
like, so you have to be low key about it.
Yeah, so when I would DJ at lunch at school, I would be like playing EDM, but at the back of my head, low key, I'll be like, "Fuck, man, look."
That's why it's crazy because sometimes like we're already in our raving days, and then I see people proactively were like kind of dissing it in high school, going to like Escape or Nocturnal. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
alrighty then.
Yeah, I think 2018, 2019 is when there was like a spike in ravers.
Yeah.
And it would be people from our high school or just like people trying it out. Let's see, what in 2017, 2018, how old were people? Like in class of 2014, 2015, they were probably what, 21, 22?
Around there, yeah.
Actually, yeah, 20, 21.
Yeah, because I was 14, I was 18, 16. Yeah, 21.
Yeah, so that's probably why they wanted to go experience raves because they could drink now and all that. So, so that
they didn't have the big homies.
Yeah, so that's probably why they wanted to go raving because.
Hey, hold on, crazy real shit though. I'm thinking about it. Obviously, before 21, were we drinking inside?
And raves?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro, because well, for sure. I don't think we did at EDC Vegas the 2015.
No,
because we didn't. That. Yeah, we didn't have 21 and up homies, but I think for sure in SoCal raves we're probably getting some.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can't remember. I probably were asking like the homies like buy me this or like let me get a sip of that.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, in the earlier raving days, I don't remember drinking much.
Nah, we were literally off vibes.
Yeah, off vibes. So I don't know. We got to get back to that, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I think when we drank at the brewery, I only drank like what one and a half drinks because I gave the blue one to a lot of people. But that one drink was like it felt good, not like overdoing it.
Yeah, I woke up completely fine the next day. I thought from what I was drinking, I'd wake up with some kind, especially because how like not I want to say sugary, but they tasted very sweet. Some of these drinks, so I was like, damn, I think I was gonna wake up with a mean headache, and that was not the case at all.
Yeah, but those are really good though.
Yeah.
I liked every single drink I tried over there.
Shout out King's Brewery. Hopefully they relocate to somewhere still in IE, and they're not.
I'm pretty sure they are, but I think they said Corona or something like that. Someone said Corona, I think, but I could be wrong. But yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
you know what's funny? On the way there, when I picked up Johnny, I was playing some of my AC Slater set, and I know like a good handful of like night bass songs. So I just literally just like mouthing off like the drops, and he's like, "You're really about this shit," and I'm like, "No shit, dude." I'm like a fucking DJ. I have to be.
yeah, bro. The amount of times I've gotten a similar comment like that, like so I'll have people from high school, they'll they get into raving or whatever,
Yeah.
and then like I'll run into them and they'll be like, "Man, bro, like you really been into this shit since you're in high school. Like that's crazy. Like you stuck it out, and now like people are actually finally catching on to it." I'm just like, well, shit. I mean, I don't know, bro. Like this music, it kind of just always was just giving happy feelings, happy vibes to most people,
Yeah.
And then a lot of people think it's just weird robot sounds, but there's actually artists that have meaning to their songs and like vocals and that's what I actually loved most in high school and middle school was like those songs with lyrics like Cascade. All the Cascade shit
Your
was
boy was a big trance head, bro. I was all about that shit.
yeah, exactly.
Still
So
am, but it's just hard.
yeah, and Dash Berlin, like Cosmic Gate, like it was those types of artists that I actually really enjoyed their
Hmm.
music because it's timeless stuff. Uh, but the bangers were sick too. The bangers were banging back then.
Yeah.
But the ones that are still timeless that I always go back to like pretty periodically are like the Cascade and Dash Berlin and artists from the early 2010s. But it's funny though because the people that go to raves now they probably wouldn't like that type of music. They're just into
Nah.
like the house music and
Which is
trap.
fair, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's why 2015 was a big year for EDM. It was the year of like trap music.
yeah.
It was a big trap boom. I mean, from 2012 to 2015, but 2015 was when like trap started sounding appealing to a radio listener because 2012 was still like kind of slow, like niche trap
And also, like, it was mostly just them really just adding trap drums
to
to like
EDM
to the
songs.
EM songs, or very just similar along the line. It wasn't really like a distinct genre. It just sounded more like a hip hop beat over
I feel
time.
like twerk trap is the reason a lot of people were able to vibe off to EDM.
Yeah.
But yeah, twerk trap and like regular trap, whatever. Um, but 2015 was a big transitional period for raves. It had like a big boom that year, uh, and I wonder why that is actually. I guess what people were just that was like probably the last generation of party goers because nowadays the people in high
I
school
mean,
they don't.
if you think about it, yeah, because like so like with me like in high school, like man, I used to like because sometimes Insomniac would do live streams of their like events, and I would just rewatch them in TV production class, just like begging at the chance to go to these events. But obviously, I'm 16, and I was too much of a bitch to go try to sneak into these events. So when like obviously people are old enough to finally get into these opportunities, they'll go at the first chance. I didn't go in 2014 because I didn't know when else to go. But then 2015 was when I really started kicking it with you guys, and you were like, "Hey, let's go to EDC." I'm like, "Fucking bet, let's go."
Yeah, man. So yeah, a lot of new time ravers nowadays, they're like 20 and up.
Hmm.
But before it was like 18. Like people were right when they turned 18, they would go. But so now I feel like there's a lot more ravers now, technically, but they're starting like older.
Yeah, and also like when so like for example, when we went to EDC, like we knew all these artists, we just never got the
Yeah,
opportunity to see them, so we're excited. Like, yo, we're gonna see this artist, this artist, this artist finally, and so we're in there with the intention like, oh damn, everybody see our favorite artist. Nowadays, I think it's when people go in there like,
they don't
hell
even
yeah,
know the
they
lineup. They
don't
don't
know.
know
I'm
anyone
like,
on
yeah,
the
I'm just
lineup.
about to give a fucking turn up. They see all the videos from probably their older cousins, older siblings. Like, yeah, I
Hmm.
get to do this now, and then eventually they start knowing more about the artist. But we were
Yeah,
like
they'll
the
catch on
opposite.
to like John Summit and shit
Yeah,
like that. But yeah, definitely they'll go into it like without knowing any fucking artist on the lineup. They'll know probably literally three people and that's it.
yeah,
And but aside from that, they don't even know the Insomniac app exists.
nah.
So that's it's pretty it's interesting for sure. But I've always said I don't really care about people going and not really knowing shit. But as long as they're good vibes and
Yeah,
continuing that the kindness part of it and just being open minded. That's all that matters to me.
yeah, for sure.
That's what.
I remember specifically. One of our homegirls is she brought her cousin to EDC, and I hadn't seen her since high school. Like, hey, what's up? And like, oh, it's my cousin. Like, she never been. Like, she don't even know this, but she's like been showing her good times. And then they were with us for like a couple of sets, and we were just showing around like, hey, yo, we're going to check out this set. And I remember they were just having a blast. Like, they didn't know the music, but they were just having fun.
Yeah, nothing's more dope than when you're like showing a new timer, the whole world of raving,
Yeah.
and like they're literally just like enjoying every single thing of it, every single part of it. Because I feel like I've done that to a couple people, and some of them stick around longer than others, but
Mm.
for sure it's always been more awarding to me just introducing someone to a whole new world.
Yeah.
So hopefully now that we're slowing down or raving a bit, we still get those opportunities to introduce people. Like it's dope taking my brothers to raves.
Yeah.
That's always dope, because I feel like I've always missed out on that, like having like a big brother type person,
Mm.
and like I've always kind of wanted someone to show me the ropes, but kind of went in there blind eyed a little bit. But it's still dope, that we got to do it together. Thank God we got to do that shit together. Because imagine
Yeah.
we didn't.
Nah, that should be great. And then I think that's why I get like it hits closer for us to us because like man, we were about this before we even wanted to do this.
Yeah, since day one, pretty much. That's dope. Because if we didn't, it would have been like a whole different upbringing stories, and
Yeah.
who knows if Woof Logik would even be a thing, really.
Do you know what's crazy? Like all the people we would meet, like from like when we would go to EDC and be like, remember that one dude we met that he was from Australia, and
Oh yeah,
that was boy. We hung out with him that whole weekend.
yeah, Lindsay,
Yeah,
my boy
Lindsay.
Lindsay. Yeah, I still see his Instagram every now and then.
Yeah.
There's a good amount of people we've met along the way. We follow each other on social media and shit, but
Mm.
it sucks that they live so far. We don't really get to hang out much.
Yeah.
But definitely, raving has introduced some cool ass people to us, and I mean, it's really dope to have people like that, because they come from different lives and
Mm-hmm.
like a whole different backgrounds and shit. So it's a little bit weird, because you don't necessarily know how open to be with them right away,
Mm-hmm.
but then you also hang out with them enough to know, like, oh, like I can still be kind of goofy version of myself, not so uptight, and just like
Yeah.
it's still like an environment where people are just friendly in general. But yeah, sometimes it's a little bit hard to tell, like, oh, okay, I can be like this with you, or I can be like.
Especially now these days, like the last couple of times we've gone to events for sure. Like obviously, it's not like we're not open to new people. It's just we're already here with our own group, and we kind of just leave it at that.
Yeah, but I feel there was a period where it was hard to make new friends at raves, but now I feel like we still, every now and then, we always come across at least one or two like cool people,
Mm-hmm.
but we never like share contact info anymore. It's just like, oh, like, oh, let's vibe out for this set, and then all right, man, have a good one, be safe.
Dude, like I think still think about it. So like when I went to Sick New World back in April, there was this one dude from Atlanta. He came with his mom. Dope dude. Like me and him were like singing like all the stuff, not songs together. Like we were vibing. But I had my piece of shit phone, so it died. And it never occurred to me like to like write down his Instagram too, because I would have loved to follow him.
Yeah, man, that does suck when you forget to like ask for info. It doesn't even cross your mind. You're so in the moment.
Yeah.
And but I still don't really. I guess I do understand it a little bit. But sometimes when you see on those raving pages, like,
Or like
oh,
misconnections.
yeah, misconnections, that, oh, help me find this girl or whatever, and it's cool when it does happen. But a lot of times it's like, bro, if you're really about that, or
Yeah, you would
girl, if
have
you're
done
really
it
about that, like,
there.
why the fuck did you not even think about it?
Put your big boy pants on.
Yeah.
Ask for the IG. It don't hurt nothing. If she was like, oh, I don't want to give it out, then nice stuff. You leave it
Yeah,
there.
exactly. But I feel like that's still a part of the lore of raving. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like those misconnections even are what have like it has those special moments in your heart still, like, because you don't really get those anywhere else, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's hard to come across a person like at a football game or whatever, and you just like uh, you think about them like that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I feel anywhere else, it's connections where it's just like you're okay with not ever talking to them
Dude, I
again.
remember once. It's been a while since years, but it was some. I think it was a girl looking for a misconnection. She put it out like I think it was on Twitter. Some girl, some guy she met at a rave. I might have been EDC. Or it was like some SoCal rave, and he's like, I had the time of my life. This is his name. This is how he looked like. This is what we took pictures. I completely forgot him. Can we find him? And then she retweets like, oh, never mind. He had a girlfriend. I fucked up.
Yeah, I've seen that shit a bunch of times, bro. That shit's hilarious. they'll post about them, and then like in the comments will be like someone kind of burning them out, like, "Hey,
Yeah.
yo, this person or whatever." Yeah,
That's
that's just
why I
wild.
don't. It's crazy. When, like, I don't know, like, why people like, you go to events without your significant other, and all of a sudden people think like, oh, it's a hobby press. I'm about to go get free puss. I'm like, bro, that's not like why are you like? Is that really? Is that your whole intention even going without her just for that reason? Like I thought it might have been just for other reasons, but not. Then that just makes you look back, and that's when people always get like when you tell your significant like, oh, I want to go do this, and then but they don't want to, but then I don't want to either. Then they're all like, well, are you gonna do something crazy? No, and there's always that level of distrust, and then it's because of reasons like that.
Yeah, exactly. But definitely, that's always the tricky part is when you want to go like separate with your partner. But
Yeah.
I understand it because you like to. It's a missed feeling when you go places and you just feel like you only have to worry about yourself type thing. Like you don't
Yeah.
have to worry about a whole nother person. But it still doesn't outweigh being with your favorite people.
Yeah, no, for
But
sure.
it definitely going solo or at least dipping out solo, it's like a whole different experience within itself. Because you literally get to be free, like free, 100% free. But what if you're going with other people, you always have that little percentage of like
Like, oh,
of
where they at? What are they doing? Are they okay? Let me go check. Let's see where they're at.
yeah, or making sure like they don't lose their phone or
Yeah.
whatever, or bathrooms, whatever the case. But yeah, there was also sometimes I've seen where people do people dirty, like they'll meet someone at a rave and for whatever reason they go without a fucking place to stay, and so they meet people and they're like, "Oh, do you mind if I stay at your place?" And they let them, but it's like a hotel or something,
Hmm.
and then they like either steal from them or they just dip out without paying their agreement.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple times for EDC Vegas. Um,
That's crazy when people are like, I've seen it. I think a lot of girls do this, but they put preferences like, oh, I need people to stay with, or we have extra like spot in our hotel to stay with. Oh, but girls only. And I'm like, we're
yeah.
like gender should be thrown out the way. You're asking randoms to come crash with you guys, man. That's just so weird.
Yeah, man, and it is guys or girls
Yeah.
doing people dirty, man. I've seen that shit so many times.
Yeah, especially like now, I'm not trying to grow to like the more recent times I've seen of like people like being like shitty because either they scanned them on tickets or they hold them or like during hotels. It's always been a girl, and like lately some of these girls have been put on full blast. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, you know what's crazy though is like the people getting caught stealing phones are like girls. That's more often
Dude,
than not.
yeah, because they don't like that. Obviously it's a joint operation, so it's probably somebody. It's a guy and girl, and the guy will give it to the girl, and so that way they don't suspect the girl of anything.
Or you know what it probably is too. It's like if you feel, I guess in theory, if a girl's filling up on a dude, he's more to be okay with it than a guy. Or like you're more you have more suspicion if a guy's like standing really close to you compared to a girl.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, man.
Well, that's for randoms. But
Yeah,
like I
no,
feel like we've already known enough to already just be fucking keeping everyone
for
on lock. You know what
sure,
I
man.
mean?
I'll get on hit on something. Man, I mean, who
Yeah.
are you?
Don't trust no one at raves. Still try to be happy, be like polite and smiling with everyone,
Mm,
but definitely do your best to remember not to be too comfortable because
yeah,
at the end of the day, people are strangers, and unfortunately, there's been too many instances where
phones get stolen.
yeah, phones get stolen or money gets stolen, whatever the case. Unfortunately, it just happens way too often now, and you just gotta always keep your eyes out.
You know, I'm so butthurt. Like when I got my phone stolen at Beyond, they didn't have that feature. Because remember, like they would turn that's the trick. They turn the phone off, and then that said you will never hear the phone from again. But now they have the new feature where they can find my iPhone even if it is turned off.
Yeah, yeah, I seen that.
And I was
So,
like, where was this years ago?
well, I mean, at least it's happening now.
Yeah,
That
so hopefully that prevents more people to at least get their phones back.
yeah, there's a lot of things that are popping up now that are a lot more convenient to ravers. Like now they got the backpacks with like locks or whatever.
Yeah, like this, like the anti theft and stuff.
Yeah, or it's discreet zippers and shit.
Yeah,
So you guys definitely got to invest in that if you're going to festivals.
I don't. I even if that, I don't know, man. I can't catch myself ever really wearing backpacks
Yeah, I
because like
just hate the
remember
sweat part. I hate the
that, and
sweat
I'm
part.
just like, there's only so much I can feel. Like obviously you can feel when someone's tugging at your shit, but there's only so much you can feel where you think it is or not. You stop giving a fuck, and then you find out like, oh shit, they went through my shit.
Yeah, you could definitely go with the chest bag. That's the reason why I bought the one I got. It's super convenient for raves.
Yeah,
Because you know it's very rare anyone could steal that shit. It's right here under your fucking chin.
or fanny packs or
Yeah,
stuff
or
like that.
fanny pack. But I still think the chest is better because the fanny pack, you know, zipper goes loose or zipper opens or
Yeah.
something. And yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it could still find its way to fucking get lost somehow. The chest bag is strapped from over your shoulders right here into
Hey, no one's stealing sheet.
yeah, yeah. But it's cool to see, you know, the evolution of raving. Hopefully, there's still a market in like 10 years because who knows where the shit's going.
No, I think so. I mean, it's like how we said like last year. I mean, last episode with the how just kids are just more generally like favorable towards EDM. I think there's always going to be um, an audience for it, especially now. Um, but obviously, beforehand it was not the case because then it took forever to get to this point. But now it's at a point where it's like it's part of the mainstream. You hear it in radios, mind you, not as much as you would like to, especially for us, but it's there.
I wonder what new genre is coming out next because I feel Fred again with the Stutter House. You know, that was like a term no one ever fucking knew of before.
Yeah.
They just started calling this shit Stutter House with Fred again and Bunt, and there's like a lot of artists following that trend right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder what's the next genre gonna be. Because I know people are tapping in with drum and bass, but that's already established. You know,
Yeah.
that's already had its.
If anything, I think it's just more people are getting more like they're more liking about it because remember before people like they wouldn't really care for it. It's just like it was really more of a UK thing. Um, I remember like when we go to events, there'd be like before some big like dubstep back, they'd always put some and it'd be like some like drum and bass legend like Nike Stock or MC Dino,
Mhm.
and they just would like I remember we would go there if we would see some heavy bass act and we'd go there just to get in time. Like there's barely any people there for MC Dino.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Is Diesel Boy still performing?
Not as much as he used to back then, but obviously Diesel Boy too.
Yeah, and who's the other guy? Fuck, I feel like there's another drum and bass artist, Diesel Boy. His initials? NDC. I know NDC. NDC is one,
Yeah,
right?
Andy C's one.
NDC.
Shout out Andy C.
Yeah, there's like a lot of
And
old.
now there's like newer drum and bass artists like Reaper, like Boo, like a
Yeah,
bunch of new guys. And I think they're from the America. They're from America. They're embracing the DMB stuff.
yeah, they are. You know who popped off recently? Not recently, but they've been around for a while. But I feel like now I see them more on lineups. Is Hybrid Minds? I don't know if you heard of them. It's like
I've seen the
liquid drum
name.
and bass.
Yeah, I've seen the name.
So I've always fucked with them, but not like super heavy. But I'm pretty happy to see that they're finally getting more recognition. I actually got referred to them from this. He used to work at my old job,
Mm-hmm.
Legacy. He used to work there, and he was like probably in his late 30s, early 40s. But he's actually the one that introduced me to Hybrid Minds because he said he's into into drum and bass, but he's never gone to like a rave.
Damn, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm sure if he were to know about Hybrid Minds being on lineups, like he would definitely go.
Oh, dude, it just reminded me when I first worked at my old warehouse job. That first week, my ops manager, that fool was a big trance head, and
Mhm.
he was telling me like he was like cool about me for like raves and stuff. He'd always like let me like go early if it was like rave week or something. And then I remember that day, I think we were at the Elks Lodge for one of the OMG events. It was like one of the first ones we went to, and he was there with his gloves and shit. That
Oh,
shit
for
was so
real?
funny to me. Yeah,
Yeah, actually, Hans was telling us or telling me that his supervisor is a fan of us.
really.
Yeah, I was gonna say the company name, but it's deals with money.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, yeah.
But anyway, yeah, he was saying that she's a fan of us, so that's pretty cool. It's weird to have like a boss be into like EDM because
Yeah.
like they fucked around most likely.
Yeah.
It's just like, man, you're a supervisor at this place.
It's like when they it's like those videos of uh like like nurses or school teachers like during the day and then
Oh yeah,
during the weekends they're all going crazy and stuff.
yeah, the doctors.
Yeah, the doctors and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen this shit a lot. It happened to EDC a lot. They're the one. That's the festival where you get like literally the biggest mixing pot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go overseas to those festivals, you're gonna get most likely people that are more local in that
Mm-hmm.
area, because it's just like I said, Europeans they're into that shit. But over here, you literally get people of all lives, over there. I've even seen fuck, it's like I think she had like either Down syndrome or autism. Her and her mom, and her mom took her to like all the festivals and shit. They would
That's
be
cool.
matching outfits and all that. And yeah, dude, it was dope to see. Actually, I wonder if I still follow her on. I don't remember if it's Instagram or Facebook, but I think it was on a Facebook page with
Mm-hmm.
EDC. She would always just send updates or photos of them at the raves, and yeah, that shit's sick. You could definitely tell sometimes, even with like the
Is that
non.
is that EDC group page? Is that still a thing on Facebook? Remember that big one?
I'm pretty sure because every now and then when I tap into Facebook, I'll see like a post from EDC solo trip or
Yeah, I
whatever.
remember like back when I still had Facebook. Fuck you, scammer. First, that shit's deleted now. Like my homie, she's trying to look at my account because I told her, like, damn, I had like pictures and videos, and let's see, try to get them. And like that, I don't know if he deleted it or Facebook just decided to delete the account from inactivity, but that shit's gone now.
Damn.
But I remember it was like we, especially after like EDC, like I'd go through that Facebook group and just see like that's where you see some of those like misconnection posts or like
Mm.
people just like, oh, I had this great time at this stage or this set was dope, or they'll even say like their bad experience, like, oh yeah, the fucking security fucking tackled my boyfriend into their trash can.
Yeah, bro. Security is a crazy thing at festivals because a lot of people don't know who to get mad at aside from the people throwing the events.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah,
like privately like acquired.
yeah,
They're not, they have
exactly.
nothing to do with it.
Exactly. So you definitely get like a mixing pot of security guards as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
you got the asshole ones that take their job too serious. You got the ones that don't give a fuck. They're just there to get paid.
Yeah,
And then you got the ones that are vibing out to the sets and like kind of like not really doing their job.
yeah,
And then, bro, you got like people that are just looking for violence or like I don't know, just random shit like that. Like
yeah.
a lot of these security guards are kind of weird. So pretty much don't expect much out of your security guards, but because they're kind of useless half the time. I mean, they had Johnny working for them. So they're
Facts.
just hiring anyone.
Hey, shout out Johnny though.
Yeah,
He's
man.
keeping that plaza safe.
Yeah. Fucking. I wonder if there. I wonder what's going to be the solution to the security problem because there seems to be like an issue every festival. Like some people always have a problem with security. And then same thing with the phones. I feel like they should have the metal detectors for after a festival, or some way of checking everyone's bags. Um, as long as it's gonna take to get everyone out with that method, I still feel like it would solve the phone issue.
I kind of agree with you on that, especially I it might get a little dicey through like towards the end of the festival when
Yeah,
everybody's leaving, but like
yeah,
as far as like more often than not, there's always people just leaving, and you can just always just like, oh, let's search your bags, and then from there you'll probably catch a bunch of phone thieves. As far as the security goes, I think that's just on the companies. I think that's just them hiring people with better qualifications rather than just randoms on the street. Because
yeah,
all they have to
but
do is just get a guard card.
yeah, it's kind of hard to get that many security though that are about that like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember, you could bribe security guards to get in. I
Fuck
wonder if I
yeah.
wonder if people could still do that shit. Cause
I'm sure you can. You just have to know who to ask.
yeah, cause I remember back then in 2015, everyone was doing that.
Yeah, it's like, I'll give you like.
And then you would see the people just like walking around the entrance or around the venue trying to figure out a little entry point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder if people are still doing that. I know. Every now and then, usually for escape, you see like a mob just hopping over the
It's always
fence.
escape, man. It's always the one. That's always the one everyone's trying to like sneak into.
They sell out most of the time. That's like the one festival in SoCal that sells out like as fast as it
And it's
does.
gone. It's become one of my least favorite to go
Think
to.
so?
I think. I mean,
I feel like
not music wise, but just because of how like what because day one like that's just it's always getting snuck into. Day two, everyone's I don't know. It's always been a vibe.
it definitely does get the most packed.
Yeah.
You have the hardest time in certain stages for sure.
Yeah.
But for me, I just have the bias for Halloween events because I just love like the whole vibe. I love seeing the horror theme stuff, and I love seeing costumes. I feel like that's like peak raving. Raving was built or made for Halloween theme events. You know what I
For
mean? Like I
sure.
feel like they go hand in hand
No,
very
yeah.
well. Because if you see people in costumes like a Beyond or whatever, it doesn't feel as fitting. Although you're still not gonna really get judged. You're really gonna actually get praised for your costume or your fit.
Yeah. Especially if it's like theme, like when people go like or like beyond, it's obviously like
Or they
out
go
of
in
one.
groups.
Yeah.
Yeah, in group themed costumes like fitting
Bro,
Beyonds.
what was the last time we did a group thing custom?
Well, technically it was Beyond.
yeah.
with the
Oh, I
hearts
don't
and the
know. Yeah,
spades,
you're right.
and
You're right. I actually forgot about that.
then we did the Alice in Wonderland thing. I was what were I Tweedle not Tweedledee, was it
Yeah,
Tweedledee
that was
too?
that. You're the Tweedledee, David Tweedledum. I was
Oh yeah, it was all the same one.
yeah,
We also did the horror characters in Escape 2016.
yeah.
Let's see what else. Did we ever do Mario? No, we never did Mario.
No, we did like ninjas at EDC.
Oh yeah, we did Ninja's EDC. That was dope. Yeah, I think we've only done it a handful of times where we do like one day, all in one theme.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. 'Cause I'll be honest. I love doing the group things, but also like, man, just I mean, like I think the last couple of times I didn't really care as much, but there would be times like, damn, I need to get my fits ready for each day.
Yeah, yeah. But the one thing I hate about wearing a costume at raves is the bathroom part,
Oh yeah,
because oftentimes it's like a one piece, or it's just you're gonna be dragging shit on the fucking dirty ass floor. So I always gotta like pull it down and hold it in one hand and like
yeah.
yeah. So that shit sucks. That shit does suck. I can only imagine for girls.
Hell yeah, especially when they have like those complicated as like just outfits, and then um, they just need like so much help. Like they have to tell their homegirls, "Hey, can you come with me to help me untie or zip
Mm.
this?" And I'm like, "Couldn't be me, man. Just give me my little onesie."
Yeah, that's facts, man. Also, what does suck about wearing a costume is when it has like an accessory attached to it, and like you can't go through crowds easy because then it
Oh
starts
yeah,
like
like when they
clipping
have
on
like
people.
wings or something, or like some
Yeah,
kind of thing
bro.
in the back.
There's just so many times where my fucking candy bracelet gets stuck on someone's like costume
Yeah,
or their hair. Even I've had hair stuck in my fucking candy bracelets or my bag. Yeah, so that's why it is a bit of a hassle to rock a costume, but if you got a cool ass one, you got to rock that shit. You never know. You might get a photographer taking the pictures of you. I
yeah.
feel like I feel like there was an event where a photographer took pictures of us, but
Mm,
I forget. If
countdown 2015.
was it?
Yeah,
Damn, that's
that was our
wild.
first countdown.
Yeah, where it was cold as balls.
Yeah, man. I mean, who was I talking about that? I was like, I actually like going to countdown. It's one of my preferred events to go to. I've always had a good time in countdown, and that's because it's cold. Like it's like you're able to bundle up more,
Yeah, you
and
can rock
like
a hoodie and shit.
yeah, and then like even like the more recent ones, they're more like now because they did it space theme. You can go in like the like alien or astronaut costumes, and people
Yeah.
wouldn't think twice.
Yeah, it is really cool that they finally came up with a theme because for a while it wasn't really themed.
Nah,
So it is kind of cool that they have something that branded off of now.
yeah.
That's kind of it's a good way to get people to come dressed in theme and shit and make it feel more special. But definitely, countdown it is dope. It is a dope weather to be raving in
Hmm.
because you like I said you can rock a hoodie and still be chilling even in the crowds. I never really personally get hot like that at a countdown. I don't recall.
Sometimes, but like even like it'd be because the place is packed and we're like in the front.
You
You
know what? You
even
are right. Yeah, sometimes if you are in like the more condensed areas,
yeah.
because then you gotta take off your hoodie, but then you're like, fuck. As soon as
No,
you walk out this bitch,
because the last couple times like we've always just been chilling in the back somewhere where there's a little more space to dance and stuff. So we've always
mm.
been cool.
See, I love the space part, but me, I love to hear the sound system booming.
Yeah,
Like fucking blow out my eardrums. I don't give a fuck because when
thanks.
when we're at Coachella, I mean no, Coachella, when we're at Lollapalooza, we're like in the perfect spot for the speakers, bro.
Oh
That shit
yeah,
was fucking thumping. I was like, man, I miss hearing this quality of the sound because every other event we go to, it is cool, but you can still hear the people.
yeah. I'm like, sure, I ain't trying to hear about your day, man.
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
to hear this music.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to feel the bass. I'm trying to hear the clear highs. So that's the one thing that does suck, but it's just such a pain to go to
I
the
want
front
the
now.
music so loud that you're talking to me, and I'm like, yeah, what? Yeah,
What?
what?
Ah.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's just like, huh?
No, but going to the front is a bitch,
It
man.
is.
I hate how hard it's become.
Yeah, there was one time I think I forget what event. It was one of the recent ones. We went to the main stage and I lost you guys, so I thought you guys just kept pushing it and kept going in front. I was down here in the front. I'm like, wait, no, they never left. So I walked all the way back, and you guys were in the back, but just more in the middle. And like, so I never even saw you guys.
Yeah, yeah, man. That's what does suck, man. I don't know if it's just that they're selling more tickets or that just people just are more tight when they're going to the front now.
Yeah,
Because before it would never be that fucking compressed when you go to the front. Like there were some times where you would get like a wave of people just pushing to the front, but it was never that bad like how it is now. Like
Mm-hmm.
you pretty much don't stand a chance now unless you're literally going to be on the outskirts in the
Mm-hmm.
front. But now if you're trying to get in the middle front, it's kind of a bitch.
Fuck yeah, especially if you're coming in from like the right side.
The trans stages, I will say, are easy still.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was EDC. Fuck, I forget which EDC. It was recent though. I went to go see Cosmic Gate, one of those artists, and there was like no one like on the rails or nothing like that. It was like maybe you'll have like one or two people on the rails, but there was like no one trying, like no one stressing about being super uptight.
Yeah.
And that shit felt great.
I love it when like it's like specifically when you figure out like, oh, it's only crowded here, let's
Mm-hmm.
go, like, and you put on your inspector hat and like, let's go around this way, let's see what happens. And like when, like with circuit grounds, like for the longest time it'd always be packed because people are always just generally just right there,
Yeah.
and they don't realize if you just go all the way to the right, there's way more, especially right in the right front, there's so much space there, people just
Literally.
no one goes over there.
And you're not on the fucking far side either. You're literally on the right speaker or more centered. It's very easy to get to the front for that stage. People are just not paying attention, I guess. Is VIP still at Circuit Grounds on the right?
I believe it's on the left. No.
I never understood the VIP shit, man. Like, I understand you get secluded area. It's in theory supposed to be more spacious and shit, but nowadays even that gets packed.
Mm-hmm.
But VIP, I've just never been the type to be on a platform watching, the artist. I just feel like it's
you want to be part of the experience.
It's a different experience if you're doing that shit, and it's just never been my type, I guess.
Yeah, even like with Jaime, like man, we get ADA because of this food, and he's like, fuck that, I want to go in the front. I'm like, bro, you know how hard it is to get in the front with you. He's like, true. I don't care, drag me over there.
Yeah, man, the amount of times too they go in a wheelchair to the front, like they use that shit as a cheat code.
I mean, shout out those 2 years we used the wheelchair, man. That shit was fun.
Oh, yeah, that shit would be crazy. Some people actually like give us problems though sometimes.
Yeah.
People will be dicks about it. It's just like, yeah, you're right. We are finessing our way out there, but we at the end of the day, we still do got a handicap ass food with us.
Yeah, he does need to sit down at times.
Yeah, but I understand them. It's just like if you're in a wheelchair, what are you doing up this front? That just goes to remind you that like we've lost Plur a little bit. Because I remember those days where you see videos or pictures of people getting lifted on the wheelchair.
That one dude with the trans dude, he's like, she's going like this, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, and
I wonder what he's doing now.
Huh. Yeah, he was actually local here. I think it's from Oval or some shit. But yeah, there's been other examples too, other videos that have gone viral, people getting lifted in wheelchairs. Like the artist will point them out and shit.
I think we tried to do that one time too, and it was just too heavy for someone.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember, but it's always cool when you see people doing the 3-person fucking pyramid shit.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of those, and I've seen a couple of regular shoulder rides gone bad too.
Yeah, they just tumble over the dude.
Yes, anytime someone does it in front of me, I just like put my hand up to like just safety in case. Like I don't touch the person, but like if I see them kind of like falling backwards, at least they got some support.
And you nasty motherfuckers, if you're the ones that be touching these girls while they're getting lifted up just to say like, oh, our sister's trying to help you, like, nah, get your fucking hands off. You don't even know if these girls are usually doing that just have an excuse to do that. You guys are sucios.
Yeah, but that shit does suck though when you got a fucking straight ass right in front of you. You're just like, bro, I ain't trying to get no pink eye. that shit would suck. You go home from a rave with a pink eye.
Damn, that shit is crazy.
Oh, that reminds me, the amount of times too someone walked by and crowd dusted.
Yeah.
That shit's happened a lot of times. I got raves when you're just in the middle of the crowd, you smell straight ass.
Ass or like just like BO. I'm like, no deodorant, huh? That's cool.
I've heard, I think it was at Lost Lands, some girls literally took a shit in the middle of the crowd.
That's crazy.
A girl. Yeah. That shit's pretty nuts.
No drop is worth like taking dump right there.
Nah, bro. You better carry me over that rail and take me out or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That shit does suck though. When you gotta take a shit and you're deep in the crowd.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That's why I like to go before a rave. I try, but
I mean, like nowadays, I just listen to my bladder, bro. If I gotta go or if I use the bathroom, I just go. I don't wait for
any little inkling. Even if I just went and we just got to the stage, I'll fucking go again.
There was I forget what year it was, but we were just that whole night we were just going back and forth bathroom. And I'm like, someone had to pee, and someone had to go, and someone had to pee. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, bro. I feel like there was definitely a phase where my bladder was a little bitch.
Yeah.
That's just annoying though, because it's just like, well, that's the thing. With me, y'all go ahead. I'll find you guys. Do what you all gotta do. Don't wait for me. Don't come with me. Like, do that shit. But it does suck when it's someone that needs, that needs people to be with them.
Yeah.
But let's see what else we got coming up. I know we got Countdown coming. We'll be there.
We will be there.
We'll be there. If you guys want to go Countdown, let's link up over there.
Yeah, we'll have a good time there.
Yeah. Escape's coming up.
I wonder what all the stories are gonna come out from this Escape.
There's a new layout, so I'm genuinely interested.
Yeah.
To see how that goes. I want to go just to see the fucking layout. Because they switched some stages around.
Mm-hmm.
Not like stage. Well, they added the racetrack kind of. They put the beatbox stage like somewhere around there now. So I wonder how that's going to be. Because I feel like where they on the map, just looking at it, the beatbox stage where they put it is one of the entrances for the racetrack.
Oh, the right side one.
Yeah, and last time we went through there, we got fucking stuck.
Yeah, it gets muddy there because of that little grass area.
Yeah, so hopefully that's not a big issue over there. I wonder if that's going to be like their permanent beatbox stage location. Because I also noticed they removed the whole middle stage, the one in the middle, the hard style one.
Oh, that's not there anymore, huh?
Yeah, it's not there. They have like all the other shit in there, like random things. So yeah, interested to see how this one goes. We're not gonna be there, unfortunately. Maybe nah, we probably won't. Like it's like a 98% chance that we're not gonna be there.
My party has to run empty this month, man.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm definitely interested to see how that goes because I'm pretty sure they're just gonna carry on the new layout every festival now.
Is this the year where they're having the new main stage, or is this the last year? Because remember that was announced. I don't know if that was last year or this year.
I think it's this year. This is the last year.
Oh, right. So next year they'll have a new main stage.
Yeah, I do miss when every year was a different layout.
Yeah, but then
or stage design.
But then I get it because it costs money to do it every year.
Yeah, I really want to learn like the logistics and analytics side, and like I want to learn the whole like how to run a festival.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Because obviously it starts at one and then it goes down and down, down, and things are delegated to this. Either it's in the company or they'll go on higher. Like, hey, we need to do this. And I'm sure with that throughout all the years, they just have their group. They know what to do now.
Yeah. Because man, if you put yourself in like Pasquale's shoes, you really underestimate how hard it is to actually run a festival. So many things you don't even think of, and then even crowd control is one of them. Like you think like you look at a map or a floor plan and you think you just plant stages here and here and then fucking vendors here.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to like literally manage and predict how it's gonna run. So it takes multiple festivals to kind of try to perfect it as much as you can. But even then, like I feel like it's ever growing, ever changing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I've always wanted to run a bigger scale event.
That's a whole documentary waiting for them to happen. They just have to do it.
I wonder if they've been actually documenting though, because they came out with the EDC one, but that was like already a decade ago.
Yeah, that's true, huh?
So I wonder if now if there's like a new one in the works.
I think they did like a trailer for next year's, and I'm just like, I didn't even bother looking at it.
For what?
For EDC, because they always do like a trailer for.
Oh, but that's not a documentary.
I know, but I'm just like I was just thinking because I'm like, damn, I didn't even look at that one.
I feel like they dropped 2 trailers per EDC now. It's not even one anymore.
Damn.
I feel like they do one like far in advance, and then they do one like coming up to the event now. But for sure, EDC trailers, they definitely had like a different feeling back then. Now it's kind of hard for us because we've been doing it for a while. It's kind of hard for us to like have like that staple in a trailer now to stick with us. But before, I'm pretty sure because we weren't going, it was just like so nostalgic and like so like we had major FOMO watching a trailer.
Yeah.
But now that we've literally gone to so many, it's just like, all right, it's just another trailer.
And the way they set them up is not so much. It's more like just like, oh yeah, check out. It's almost like a commercial. Like, hey, it's gonna be this stage, this stage, this stage. It's gonna be this kind of music, this kind of music.
Yeah.
Check out all these people having fun, and then there's not really like I want to say telling a story anymore.
Yeah, but you know what I do appreciate about these trailers now though is like I genuinely do discover new music on them.
Yeah.
So like there's like a style that I haven't really like listened to, and then like you hear the trailer, they always put in like drum and bass or hard style, like hardcore.
Yeah,
I always get music from there.
Same here. Like some of my favorite artists I listen to now because I've listened to like not even necessarily EDC trailer. It's a trailer for some event and I kind of need it nowadays because like before we used to just go crazy dinging on stuff. I was looking for new artists all the time, and now it's just really for me personally. I find it hard to listen to new artists or find new artists. Like obviously I'll hear new music from the artists I already
Hmm.
like to, but then I'm hearing like, oh yeah, there's this new artist. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know about them.
Yeah, what I like to do now is I go on Spotify and SoundCloud playlists, and like I'll find like artists on there.
Okay.
I don't really, because on SoundCloud it's become such a problem where people will get paid to repost and shit,
Yeah.
or they're a part of like repost chains, so they're kind of just reposting anything. It
Yeah,
doesn't
that
matter if
makes
it's
me
good or
sad
not.
because that used to be not the case, and people used to repost dope people artists. That's one way we used to listen to
Yeah,
new people because then like you follow this guy and like, oh, he's reposting this song, you
yeah.
check it out.
Now it's hard to tell if it's a genuine repost.
Yeah, and I'm like, just look at that, so I don't even bother checking the feed.
Yeah, I don't check that either. So that's why I just straight up just go to playlists or Spotify playlists.
Hmm.
You just search up a genre, or maybe you go to like uh, related to type shit. And that's where I mainly find songs because I don't know what it is, but a lot of times nowadays I find a cool song, but the artist doesn't make cool music.
So like, it's like a one of.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just like a one off kind of, but definitely been finding most of my stuff on Spotify nowadays. But that it took a while for me to actually start looking for artists because there was
Yeah.
like a moment where I wasn't really crate digging like that. But now I've gone back into it. But it does kind of suck that most of the new music I find is like techno. I don't want the whole set to be techno.
Yeah.
But maybe we could always pull off like a little all techno set here and there. Uh, but it's definitely an interesting time to release music now. I
Yeah.
actually saw that apparently SoundCloud is getting it has like a new catching security system or whatever of like acapellas and shit.
What does that mean?
So you know how like they'll flag you or like disable or take down your
Hmm.
track for remixes or whatever. Apparently now they have like a new process that is cracking down even more. So it
Which
seemed
is
like
crazy then, because then how are people supposed to like release remixes now?
yeah, I guess you just gotta go straight to YouTube. But I don't like doing YouTube to find new music.
Me either. And I'm like, because that's the one thing that's where I listen to a lot of my music because I have YouTube Premium, but I just listen to what I have there. So and it's really hard for them to even give you like new playlists because a lot
Mm,
of times they'll just replay you songs you already have in your playlist. I'm like, no, I
yeah,
want to hear new stuff, and
yeah.
that's where things get tricky.
Yeah, that always happens. Or a lot of like the cool stuff you find on YouTube, it's like the bit rate is trash.
Yeah,
It's like trash quality and shit. So yeah, it's a tricky time right now, but we still finding ways to get new music. This is another reminder to anyone making music. Go ahead and send us some shit.
please
Uh,
do, man. We're always open ears, man. If it's cool, we'll play it. If it's not, you probably just won't hear anything from us.
yeah. Now, I like to give constructive
Oh yeah, I
criticism.
mean when they ask for it, obviously, yeah.
Yeah. But I still feel like I don't know, we get hella emails and shit, but I feel like a lot of the time it's never like songs that fit our vibe. It's
Yeah,
always like random ass like genres, and I'm just like, why are you sending this shit to me?
yeah.
Like it doesn't make sense, but like, do your thing.
Do you think we should make like just like a promo email instead of just sending it to like the regular?
I want to, but it's just so annoying having so many emails. Yeah, so
I feel it, man. I have like
but
two, and even then, I'm like thinking about even making a third, and I'm like, that's a lot.
yeah, bro. So but there is no doubt that we're gonna create one eventually. Maybe once we're just like touring, we'll
Mm.
create ones that way. Because I feel like at that point, then we'll have like nonstop emails. But right now, we get like maybe a 5 a week or a little bit less sometimes. It's never too busy in our email
I
with
will
when it
say,
comes to
shout out to
promos.
the big artists that have promo emails and still actually do actively listen to
Yeah,
them.
yeah, bro. Because I feel like you know, a lot of the time when I send promos, they don't really get even
Yeah,
listened to or anything like that nowadays. Nowadays, you get more feedback or listeners through Instagram DMs.
yeah. Which I mean, if you want people to hear music, that's a great way for you to do it. Just like shoot them the DM with it.
Yeah, or you always want to open up with like a hey, like how you doing, or
Yeah,
you don't want your first message to be the link.
yeah. No, no.
You want to give like a little intro first, and then ask if it's cool if you send music, or where do they prefer music to be sent.
Yeah, that we've always asked because then they'll be like, oh, you can just send it here, or like, oh, here's a promo email.
Yeah, because sometimes artists want their specific contact way of contact separate.
Yeah.
Promos in one email, business inquiries another.
I won't say the artist, but remember there was a promo. There was a it was like a promo email thing too. Like we were sending music to that, and they're like, the manager of that artist was like, "Hey, please don't send this music to this
Oh
for
yeah, yeah.
promotion." I'm like, "So where are we supposed to send this to?"
Yeah. No, it was a regular email.
Oh, it's a regular email. I'm
Yeah, it
sorry.
was a regular email, and they asked. I mean, that at least they weren't dickheads about it.
Yeah,
But I was like, yeah, I sent it there already. You ain't listened to it.
yeah. So
So where do you really want these?
yeah, you want us to. Then there were a couple of times we actually even handed artists the USBs before, like, "Hey man, check
Did
this
we
out."
do that when?
Um, for Keizo.
Oh yeah, we did do that for Keizo. But that was, damn, that was at
At Escape.
Escape, right? It was at the
Mm-hmm.
a
Yeah,
merch thing. I think it was his manager or someone or a friend maybe.
we
Oh,
handed
it was his photographer,
Brian.
Brian.
Yeah, we handed it to Brian. Shout out
Yeah, I
Brian,
handed it
man.
to her. I don't think he ever got it. I ain't gonna lie.
I
Unless if
respect
he did, he probably was just like trash.
it.
Which, to be fair, maybe we were putting out trash at the time.
Yeah,
It was like what we're like 2 years into it, 3 years.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I feel like 2019 is when we really took that big jump. The Barong family days.
Yeah,
The EP was like a big staple, and that was like I feel like it gave us a more sense of direction where to go.
yeah. I mean, back then we were just making everything, and
Yeah,
then
back.
we loved everything too. So it didn't click to us like maybe we should probably stick to one thing, but I don't think that would be us to even be started.
Yeah, no, I feel like we still create a lot of genres, but in a way they still are cohesive.
Yeah,
Uh, I always love when it comes to our sets, I like to put them back to back with each other. Like
mm-hmm.
I feel like it's they really how do you say it? They really not accommodate. They they how do you say when they're helping you out, or they fuck, what am I trying to say?
I don't know. Just help me help you.
When they It's like when someone does well with you
Ooh,
or does well with something.
I don't know. I don't know how to say that.
See, there's that is that
I know
word.
what you mean though.
Fuck, my brain went like no, but they definitely help each other out. They sound good with each other. I feel like because a lot of our songs are similar keys.
Yeah, we write an E all the time because it's easy.
Yes, a lot of our songs share the same
No,
keys.
no, for sure. Like at least back then, like because I didn't know too much about like music theory and stuff, so I just knew like how this, especially like I want to keep songs sound like in similar like root notes, and then now even just recently now like I'm like going into like crazy higher notes like the G's and the A's, and I don't really do that. But a lot of techno stuff they like to be in that high area. Like you actually, it's actually not that uncommon when you hear. I'm sorry, it's not common when you really hear stuff in the lower notes.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of techno artists they ask for promos in their SoundCloud DMs.
Really?
Yeah, like I think Sarah Landry and Holy
Hey, shout out to
Priest.
Sarah Lange. She actually listens to this shit, bro. Like, if you send her stuff, and if she has the time, she will actually check it out. Cause we've sent her stuff once.
She
Remake.
downloaded
Yeah,
one.
she downloaded one, and so she'll listen to it if she thinks it's cool. Whether she plays it or not, eventually, after all, that's up to her.
Yeah, I hate when like I know artists download our shit, but I can't find their sets on 1001 track
Yeah.
list, so I can't really see if they played our shit. But also, what I noticed is sometimes our songs don't even get like noticed on sets.
No, yeah.
Like
It's
I
just
wonder how that
ID.
works. Yeah, it just says ID or there's like a gap in between songs.
Yeah, I mean, shout out 1000. I will say, update your guys' layout. It just looks so old, dude.
Yeah, for sure. They need a big update. They actually came out with I think a top 10 artists
Mm-hmm.
producers. Who was it? Odd Mob, and then I think number one was like John Summit or something like
I
that.
mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, damn, is John Summit really like that big right now? Like,
I
I
would
feel
say,
like
yeah, I'd say he's super big.
it's so weird to see just because I literally listened to the song that blew him up, like when it came out,
Which
and
one was
like,
that one?
fuck, it's not Deep End, or is it Deep End? I think it might be Deep End. There might be a different one. Let me see. Uh, but I remember listening to him early on, and then like I don't know where he just blew up. I think during the pandemic or the year after the pandemic.
Yeah, I do remember. Like, there was a point. I think for Rebirth, I started listening to him when that K5 song came out with Hayla,
Oh, really?
and then after he did that song with Hayla too, I'm like, oh, I didn't. I think that's when I started like, catching more about John Summit.
Yeah, I think it was Deep End. Yeah, in 2020.
Oh, that one. That's him. See, like, I didn't know.
Yeah, bro, that was a vibe. So 2020, June 26th, that was like in the right when the pandemic pretty much started, like a couple of months after. So he pretty much had his blow up in the the pandemic.
Yeah.
Because I remember Day Trip was his first like festival I seen him on like in a lineup over here at least.
Yeah.
Or at least that was the first time I saw him.
For Insomniac,
and he was nowhere near as big as he is now. Like it's crazy. He's just been snowballing.
Yeah, and I always have big respect to him because he doesn't hide anything from like anything about himself. He just puts it all out there.
Yeah, like the Nas and the fucking drugs and shit. Like
and
it's a crazy. It's for sure. Not every artist has that privilege, and a lot of people are kind of scared to do that, which it's understandable.
Yeah.
But sometimes it works. It works to be relatable to your fan base. When the music is fire, you pretty much can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, pretty much.
Almost, not everything, but
there was a couple times he did catch some flack, but not from like the him admitting the drug, more than just like the political stuff. That's where he gets a lot of flack from.
Yeah, so what comes with being as big as at the top, it also comes with the haters.
Yeah.
So that's just how it is. But he handles it pretty well for the most part. Sometimes he has said some stupid shit.
Yeah.
That got him in trouble, but I think at the end of the day, he's still not like a bad human being.
No, not by any means.
Yeah, so shout out to him though for making a new wave and being as big as he is now. He's definitely, I think he's well deserving. A lot of his music is, for me, it's timeless.
Yeah, no, he knows how to make a hit record like that song.
He's very nonchalant about making hits. Like,
yeah,
he's like, oh, not that this shit's easy, but he's definitely like bro, like I'm nothing special. Like you guys it's as easy as this.
That one recent song he did with Halo, like I really fuck with it a lot. I mean, it's kind of not. It's a little old now, but at the time it came out, I'm like, damn, it's just a fucking fire.
Yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to him. Is there any artist that's blowing up right now, or you're seeing on the blood like come up right now?
Oh, see, that's the thing. Like, so I thought so, like Trickstar, but then I didn't know it was Bilo and Keizo like together because I didn't.
They're not. I don't think they're getting that much. Like, I mean,
they're catching the wave right now.
Yeah, they are, but they're not like John Summit's like because it was John Summit.
You mean that way?
And then Knock 2.
Okay, yeah. So
he skyrocketed.
Okay, if you put it like that, then yeah, Knock 2.
I'm talking about like who you're catching in Lifetime right now. They're maybe not like our level, but they're like definitely already like hitting that sprint.
I guess Lay's.
You think so?
Like she's like super like she's putting her foot big into the dubstep community.
Mm-hmm.
I'm maybe a little preemptively now. Claus, she's getting that big blow up now.
Claus for sure. I feel like Insomniac needs their American representatives for hard dance music.
Yeah,
so definitely Claus. Mad Girls for sure. Finally, hitting a hard stride, getting hella shows and shit. So she's definitely on the come up right now too. Let's see, house music. Clooney had a big rise.
He did.
I feel like he's still rising, but he's definitely up there too.
He did. He just needs that one hit, and he's gonna be like there. And like, not necessarily he hasn't had it. He has great songs, but he just needs that one that puts him boom right here.
Yeah, some timeless shit.
Yeah.
Let's see who else. Who's doing like main stages like earlier sets right now?
I can look this up. Let's see, because they just put out the Escape Day by Days or Stage by Stage. I mean, I guess Omnom. I guess yeah.
Omnom.
Maddox.
Maddox for sure.
Yeah, Maddox for sure.
Because he's doing main stages everywhere.
Yeah, now and he's technically a trance artist.
And Pickle kinda.
We know who you are.
Yeah, Pickle's kind of on that rise right now too.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Dioro's on his like come up by no means,
but it's like a resurgence.
But for sure, he's on every festival lineup right now. Yeah. And before that, it wasn't like that. So shout out to him too, man.
Yeah, I mean that rebrand was huge for him, and because honestly, I wouldn't say the music's somewhat similar. Like the vibe is still there from his old stuff. It's just more he's really in the Latin stuff too.
Yeah, something's engraved where it's just like everything's everything just sounds like legit now. You know what I mean? But he's been like that for like 10 years at this point. But it's just like I feel like now with Latinos like kind of getting that popularity or rise right now. he's definitely being, put on a pedestal. And he's also doing non-EDM events like
Yeah, too.
festivals.
And Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, he actually because he be on some like Spanish festivals just there, just random, and he's there with
Yeah.
like Junior H or some fucking
Hmm.
Peso Pluma. I'm like, that's really cool.
Yeah, man, that is dope to see what the possibilities are. Uh,
Right,
who?
chill.
Chill. Oh yeah, Chill has been doing a lot of shit. Shout out to her.
Hmm.
I think we've seen her come up too.
Yeah, it's funny because I think it was, I think I was one day I went to go, it was like Good Troll was playing for like might have for 4B, and I think Chill was playing before her, or for
Mm.
Gesture. I forget for what it was, but so she was playing before the big artist, and then she threw down. I gave her props and congratulated her. And she said thank you and stuff.
Bro, she's low key tall. When we seen her at Yellow Claw, I was like, damn, she's like my height.
Yeah, she is tall, and then after that, because I saw her Instagram, oh, it was a small following, but like big, and after that, just boom, just
Oh,
skyrocketed all over.
Nostalgics is on that run right now.
And that's out for
She got
I
like over
forget.
100K right now.
Shout out Nostalgics.
Yeah, Nostalgics, I feel for sure is in that, and she's having her moment this year. I think
Hmm.
she was doing every festival, every single one.
You know what I would say? Like they all, it's a girl come up, man. Shout out to
Yeah,
girls, man.
girls are doing the big right now.
Yeah.
So, I feel like we can't really say girls aren't getting that the same love anymore because there was a moment where girls definitely felt underappreciated and like
And then they
sexism was
and
going
they
on.
were and they were voicing it for sure.
Hell yeah, for sure. But it's definitely dope. I think techno is a big reason why girls are getting the praise they are now
Yeah.
because techno, females are at the forefront of techno right now,
Yeah.
and so it's just making it's keeping everyone a bit more open minded to all genres.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I love seeing girls get that recognition. Has there been an all girl festival? I
There
think
was
wasn't there just a live stream? I think I've seen just a
there
live
was
stream.
it was I think it was for Shaq or some. It was
Oh,
it was like
Shaq
it
did
was like
do
it was
it.
like a small thing. It was like a one thing, but it was all a girl lineup.
Yeah, Shaq did do that. That shit's dope, man.
Yeah. Shout out Shaq, man.
Yeah, Shaq is, he may not be the one that has made EDM what it is now, but he's definitely using his resources and his fame to like do the right things.
Yeah, he went about it the right way. Like obviously, yeah, he was a DJ during college, so he just wasn't new to him. But like the way he just integrated himself into like the whole like dance music, like
He's pretty much made everyone respect him.
yeah.
Yeah.
And who's to say now? But I remember I saw an interview in the beginning. At least in the beginning, he wasn't taking any money because why would he need to? He just wanted to play.
Yeah, I wonder if he does take money still.
But yeah, I'm sure it's like probably low though. It's a lower discount. It's a reasonable price.
Yeah, because although he's willing to take that pay cut or $0, I feel like he still wants to make sure that his team gets paid because
Hmm.
otherwise they're kind of just unless he's paying them salary from his own bank account, which he got
Yeah,
all the money in the world to do that
and I'm
shit.
sure there is more of a if they pay him, it's more of an obligation for him. Like, all right, I gotta come. Even though there was a small stint where he was just canceling the shows left and
Yeah,
right, but for valid reasons. But he still was canceling like quite a bit of them.
yeah, true. Is he doing Escape?
No, but he was supposed to what event he was, and then he couldn't do it.
I don't remember. Beyond?
I think it was Beyond.
Yeah, it was Beyond. Yeah. I haven't. Is he doing the Halloween? Because remember he was doing something at the Queen Mary like last year.
Oh, I think he canceled that one too. I ain't gonna lie. I know what you're talking about. Like zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, something like that. Cause he last year at the Queen Mary he held like a little Shacktober thing or whatever it was called Shacktober.
Yeah.
Uh, I think he had DJs performing over there, but it was like an all ages family type of event.
Oh, Diesel.
Diesel, Diesel.
No, it's not on there anymore.
No, well,
No.
if you guys get a chance to see Shaq, I know he's playing techno too right now, hard
Yeah, I mean, he
techno.
plays it off, but he throws down, man. I get a shot to him.
Yeah, he definitely has a good playlist. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else you want to tap into. I feel we've pretty much touched base on the most stuff. Is there anything I'm missing?
No, not really. I think this one was a solid one.
I think we're gonna have a remix coming out very soon before the end of the month, so
Oh, that's right.
keep an eye out for that. It's for a dope little throwback song. And yeah, I know. If you guys also a new Maple Alley video, go check that shit out.
Just dropped yesterday at the
Yeah,
time
just
of
dropped
today.
yesterday. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. It's definitely a fucking banger.
Yeah.
We're dropping it a little late than we would like to, but
Who cares? It's
just
hilarious.
yeah, be like that. Go check it out no matter what. And then how are you doing in fantasy football? Give the people an update real quick.
So like I keep like the last 2 weeks I've just been doing 2 and 2, but like the one I'm always doing solid is in your dad's other league with the family.
Oh,
I'm at on 2-0 in that.
I'm doing trash in that one, bro. My team is falling apart.
And then the other three in my Yahoo, like it's like just variousness of wins and losses. The Maple Alley League, I'm doing trash right now. I'm trying to fix that up. It's just
I'm like
like
middle of the pack on that one, but I have a promising team for sure. I feel like I'm
I
gonna.
feel like once I get HM back, like maybe things will switch up because I feel like I just feel like I'm like in a weird spot where like some of my key players are out, but once they come back, maybe other things will switch up.
Yeah, and in the other one with my dad in Yahoo, I'm
Yeah,
about to be in first place.
hey, shout out you, man. You've
Yeah,
always I don't have you ever been in first in that league?
yeah.
I feel like
The
you've
year me
always
and you were first and second,
oh yeah
I was like pretty up there. I don't remember
yeah.
if I was in first, but I know I was up there like a lot of the season.
Yeah, and
Um,
then I think you're the only one because I looked up at it too, like because I'm in I think you're second and I'm in fifth, and like one, 3, and 4 they all lost, so you
yeah, I'm
get
gonna have the
bumped up,
best record.
and then I'll have like I'm probably put up to 2 or 3 after this because I won against that Josh dude who does not I don't know what the hell he's doing
Yeah, I
because
don't
if
know
he had
either.
actually if he'd actually just put a decent lineup in, he would have beat me straight out.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking bozo. I feel like he's done this shit. He did it last week, same thing. And I think last year he's did this like once or twice. Like I don't know. I don't understand. You got money on the line and you're not paying attention to your
Yeah,
fantasy lineup.
he's stupid.
But whatever, better for us. Uh, Hopefully we run it back
Yeah.
championship.
Love it. Love to hear it. And they can make me like thinking, they're like, it's fucking real. I'm like, just drive better.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all for watching. Have a good another spooky week. We'll see y'all next week. We gotta get a costume for one of these weeks. When is our last week for October? The 28th. 20. It'll be 20. No, the 30th. 20. No, the 29th will be the last week of. Hopefully, we get a little costume in here for that episode.
Yeah.
We gotta come up with an idea. If you guys got any ideas, drop it in the comments. Maybe
Real
we'll
quick, I
work.
just found this website. Like, the prices are various of degree. Some are affordable, some are a little on the pricier side. But it's all high quality costumes, and it's all from like characters you wouldn't even think of like getting it. Like, it's just I'm like right, like fuck, I don't even know you can get this, or like it's I forget what the name of it is. I'll show it to you later. But I'm literally looking through like there's a shit ton of costumes of like just ideas you can think of.
Hell yeah, I love going in the costume digging rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I've been there for hours. But yeah, like I said, go ahead, drop comments for ideas if you want to give us some. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.